so we're back.
We're back, we're here.
I would say it's episode 7, but somebody wants to hijack the name.
We're gonna rebrand.
Yeah.
Summer 2025 is the rebrand. It's official.
6 episodes in 7, and we're like, no, scrap that.
It's just getting more fun.
Yeah.
This is called an upgrade and not even rebrand. We're gonna do cocktails and closings. There's no more mocktails, guys.
No, mocktails are gone.
Yep, the sun is shining.
If you don't want it to be a cocktail, just eliminate the booze.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so cocktails and closing. So today, what are we making?
It's summer. We're taking a trip to Italy. We are doing a limoncello spritz.
Ooh,
So
and
fun.
we're gonna talk about closing.
Hand in hand.
Feel like it's fitting for today. So we're gonna talk about all things that you need to think about when it's coming into closing time. All right, let's get the show on the road.
Let's do it. Okay, first things first. Big, nice, beautiful, thin-stemmed glass, wine glass, cocktail glass of choice.
Yeah, like the size of this.
Yes, nice crisp, a lot of ice.
Yep.
You're gonna take your 2-ounce sugar, okay? 2 ounces of limoncello, right in over the ice.
Isn't this bottle pretty? It just springs, it screams spring. It just screams.
Springs it. It's giving vacation.
That's how I would talk after a drink like this, not before. Whoa, that was
Perfection.
yeah. Oh, I used yours. Oh.
That's fine. Cheersies.
I've had a shot of this before. I was at a Italian wedding.
Italian wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, and I think that I did a shot of this.
You can make your own with like vodka and lemon.
Okay.
Why do that? It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Okay. This is literally the most simple cocktail. You know when you were like 19, 20 and you were going to have like a lemon drop martini? So fun. Maybe not. Okay. This is your...
I was drinking 2 liters of Canadian Cooler.
Okay, that was 17 for
people.
me. So lemon drop martini, this is the elevated version. So
Okay.
your limoncello spritz is like your fancy now, okay?
Ooh,
So
fancy now.
fancy, but we got the affordable Prosecco.
It's okay. It's all right. And you've already gone ahead and sliced the lemons.
Slice the lemons.
Has
we have
the
mint.
mint.
Yes, you could also
Garnishes
use
are ready.
basil or basil.
Yeah.
I like mint. It just looks better. It smells better when you're having
Ah.
it.
Okay.
We're not gonna shake this.
Nope, not in here.
Not in this kitchen.
No. Speaking of this kitchen, we are at 50 Chamberlain. This house is currently on the market.
Yes.
In this stunning kitchen. Could be yours. We've got pot fillers, illuminated cabinets. It's beautiful in here.
Look at that
Spacious,
window.
bright,
6 acres.
pure privacy.
You're joking.
Inquis Pam.
You can have this on the back deck after.
Yes.
Alrighty, so then we're gonna do 4 ounces of Prosecco, but we really measure with our hearts, okay? So you're gonna
Okay.
pour it up into that ice, okay?
It's really gonna be spring screaming after.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
It's Friday, it's cocktails and closing. So that was 6 or 7.
Thank you.
Get a little tip
I
top.
was gonna say, you can just pour mine. Just do it yourself, you're learning.
You're grown up. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
We've moved on from Canadian Cooler 2 liters.
We're gonna now pour Prosecco. Okay, and then you're going to top it with your soda water of choice. I like Perrier. Again, we're going
Yep.
with that Italian elevated theme. So fun. We just top it up. It's gonna cool down some of that alcohol content for us too.
Okay.
We stepped up from mocktails, but we're not gonna go hard today.
Today. Okay. This does look very refreshing.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we do our garnish. We went for the full lemon slices. I like to slide them along the edge of the glass so you get this
Cute.
nice, like, how cute is that? Oh, perfect. 2 or 3 of those in there. You can give them a little squeeze as you put one in if you'd like. And then you
Adorable.
garnish with your mint. You can have it sticking out just like this. If you have friends coming over, you can have a couple of these on the table already. Welcome to my home I just
Yes.
closed on.
Look, so sweet.
So good.
Ah, cheers.
Cheers.
This looks lovely. That is so refreshing.
So refreshing. You could have this
Yeah.
after the gym. Hydration.
We're going too far.
Okay. Reel it in. So good.
Yeah, this is delicious. This is very refreshing.
Yes.
Very good.
Perfect for summer.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, start talking to me. Closing. What's happening?
What do you gotta do? Okay, so we've talked about conditions in a previous episode.
Yep.
So once you're getting to your conditions, you're firming up. There's a lot of little costs that are going to accrue
Yeah.
as you close. And I don't want to call those hidden or surprise costs, but they're things that you should think about beforehand.
Yes.
Yes, and even as you're going onto that process of your firming, there's small things that are gonna spring spring up, scream up,
Yep.
you're going to be paying for a water test. If you have that as your condition. It could be anywhere between $60 to $230.
Yeah.
You're going to be paying for an appraisal with a bank when you get your mortgage pre-approval.
Yeah, not always. Like with those, it's more likely if you're putting 20% down that the bank is going to want an appraisal. You might as well just have that in your sights that that's going to be a thing.
Yep.
95% as a mortgage, so 5% down, not likely, right? Not normally. Unless
With
it's
a
like a
good
one-off, unless it's like a
Yes.
one-off building or home where they're like, and they really want to make sure the value's there.
Yep.
But if you're foregoing those CMHC insurances and putting 20% down, 19 times out of 20 they're going to want.
They want to make sure it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
For
just
sure.
do a swing by. You're going to have a little cost in that, anywhere between $300 to $450.
Yep.
It's a small little one. You're going to have your lawyer's costs. On both sides.
On both sides.
On both sides.
Yeah. Usually, I don't want to speak for lawyer costs, honestly, because they do range. But
do
I
range.
think that you should feel confident in, if you budgeted for $1,500, you can probably feel pretty safe somewhere in there.
Yep.
In that ballpark.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're always going to pay a little bit more on your buying side than on your selling side. There's more for the lawyer to do, more work for them, means you're going to pay them just a little bit more, which is fair.
It is. If you're buying, you're going to pay a land transfer tax of
Yes.
1%. That's always like a nice, fun surprise. One that pops up. You're like, I have to pay what, sorry?
Yep. Not a surprise now, though, because you've watched this episode.
Yeah, 100%. What else? Oh, there are adjustments for your property taxes.
Yep.
We're not going to dive into that. That's a mortgage and lawyer question,
Yep.
but you should know that those are coming, right?
Then you're going to have your moving costs, which sounds so silly, but people just aren't even going to think about that. That's going to cost more than just your movers, more than just your rental truck. You might need to pay for childcare for an extra day, or maybe you're paying in your mental load to have your in-laws or your brother or sister or somebody helping move you. There's all those extra costs that are coming in that. And then the fun cost, which is probably one of your favorites, would be hitting up Marshalls.
Oh, yeah. I'm hitting up Marshalls before closing day even comes. Like I've already like pre-planned what's going in the house. But yeah, 100%.
That's another one with the clothes.
It is. One thing to think about too is an adjustment for fuel. So if the house has an oil tank for heating, there's probably going to be a fuel adjustment for that as well.
Yeah, or maybe it's something that you're going to be changing out completely, which is a large cost up front. Yeah, switching to heat pumps, which is huge.
And those are the cost associated things, but then there are things that you have to remember to take care of before closing day.
Yes.
So you probably are not going to get the keys until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's usually when I tell people to like aim for.
Yes, expect it.
People are sometimes frustrated, being like, when am I getting keys? When is it closing around noon? And I'm like, no. Like the 11th hour, closer to supper time, by the time the bank gets the money transferred over and everything closes, it's usually around supper time. So that's when you get your keys.
Yep. You do your walkthrough at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Keys that afternoon.
That's right.
Yeah.
And movers, make sure they're lined up. So to make sure that they're not there too early, you have to kind of know that you probably won't get your keys until supper time, so the moving truck is not waiting in the yard at 10 a.m. waiting to unload your things because you can't put them in there.
No, imagine that bill. You're raking up 8 hours sitting there waiting. No. And then
can't
there's
do
people
it.
that you need to call before you close too. So you need a call to have, and this is silly, this one's not important, but you want your internet. You're gonna sit in your nice new empty house. What are you doing all night? You live in the country.
You're unpacking.
You're unpacking.
You're unpacking.
Well, you need ahead of time. You need to have your power set up, your internet, any other services that are coming with the home. Obviously, you're going to do that set for that date in the morning. There's going to be a little bit of an overlap, so they're going to leave that for that day. You're going to have it start that day.
The power is a big one. I think sometimes people forget about that because you have a million things on your brain, but you need to switch over your power. You need to do it about like 2 weeks even in advance because it takes some time for them to make sure they get in there, they get a meter reading. It takes 24 hours. They can't just do it on the fly if you forgot. So you're going to want to make sure that while you're unpacking, you have light to do it in.
He's doing it in the dark with no internet crying. No.
Yeah. Candles, boxes, no Wi-Fi.
No. So we're going to tell you all this ahead of time. So are your lawyers, probably. But there's things that you need to think of. There's so many little moving steps that are small that are actually so big in the end of it.
Right.
Yes.
And they need Wi-Fi so that they can watch this video on YouTube so that while they're trying to unpack, they can stop for a second and make themselves a cocktail.
Yes. And then they step out onto this back deck because this is the home they bought.
It is.
And look up into the sunset.
Yeah.
It's fine. They don't need internet here. They have this
yeah.
view. Beautiful.
Right, that's it.
That's
Any
it.
more questions? Just call us.
Easy peasy.
Ask. We'll tell you all the things.
And more.
Even how to make this.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Limoncello Spritz.
Ah! Love it.
Cocktails and closings.
We should have had this picture in the background. Just wait.
Oh.
Even the decor fits the cocktails.
I was asking for this.
Love it.